Hot off the presses and breaking news, a federal judge in New York has denied the Trump administration's attempt to mislead the American people into thinking that the grand jury transcripts in the Maxwell and Epstein criminal cases are the Epstein files, and has denied having those grand jury transcripts released to the American people. But before he does it, Judge Paul Engelmeyer in New York does a couple of critical things that advances the debate and the charges against the Trump administration for hiding and covering up the Epstein conspiracy. In the first part, he outlines all the ways Ghislaine Maxwell is not a victim, but that she was convicted of heinous crimes. I think he does that for a reason. Then he goes over all the ways that the government has previously promised that they would be completely transparent and release all of the documents, 300 gigabytes of documents. Engelmeyer reminds the Trump administration and the public for the public record of that as well. Finally, he looks at the fact that there are no special circumstances present at all to undermine what's called the rule of secrecy, which generally cloaks any grand jury process in secrecy so it's not disclosed to the public. The grand jury was just one day grand jury for Epstein, one day grand jury for Ghislaine Maxwell. There were 2 total witnesses in the grand jury, and the only people they testified about, Maxwell and Epstein, and that was it. Just summary witnesses by law enforcement. So the judge is like, there's nothing here that hasn't already been brought out to the public, and more is in the public based on lawsuits brought by the victims. The judge then goes on to talk about all the times the Trump administration has said to the American people they're going to be completely transparent and that they have the Epstein files in their possession. See, the grand jury transcripts are not even the Epstein files. This is the judge announcing to the world, I'm not going to be releasing the grand jury files, but they're not the Epstein files. The Epstein files, the Trump administration has. So here's the judge in his own way saying the same thing. Release the damn files. And don't come knocking at my door or sending the press to me, acting like I'm covering it up by not releasing the grand jury files. He says on page 19, insofar as the motion to unseal implies that the grand jury materials are an untapped mine lode of undisclosed information about Epstein or Maxwell or Confederates, they definitely are not that. A public official, lawmaker, pundit, or ordinary citizen deeply interested or concerned who reviewed these materials expecting, based on the government's representations, to learn new information about Epstein's and Maxwell's crimes and the investigation into them would come away feeling disappointed and misled. There is no there. I'm not releasing the grand jury transcripts. Release the damn files.